Hello everyone. Wow. Well, I have a disclaimer. This is my first time speaking in a game conference. I've never done it before. And I've never done a game in my life. I've played games. So I basically have two messages for you. The first one is obvious, that we have a program called Game Executive. And I'll tell you more about that. So that's the first message. But I'll tell you a little bit about myself and how I ended up doing this, and a little bit about Aalto University Executive Education. This is basically my first memory of playing games. I was 11, 12, addicted to the arcades. And the second piece of information about this picture is that I'm Lebanese. I grew up in Lebanon, and I'm from a very poor family, so I had to steal money from my dad to go play. And he found out about me doing that, and being very strict, he tied me up face down and started beating me up on my legs, and my legs were bleeding. So that was painful, and I deserve it. But that didn't stop me playing games. So what I've done, I started making friends with the owners of those shops. I cleaned their shops, I bought groceries, I walked their dogs, and they gave me free coins. And basically that was my first memory, my first entrepreneurial memory ever. And I didn't know about this stuff before. I didn't know that I'm entrepreneurial, but it was driven by passion. It was driven by love for games, and the idea that I had to play games. I had to play those particular games like Mortal Kombat, some Metal Slug, some basketball and football games. But anyway, from this, we come to the idea of entrepreneurship for games has been in my blood. And this is exactly what we do at my work. So part of the program is to inspire people to be entrepreneurial. So the three things that I think that helped me build the program, and the three things that I think that makes Finland strive after being entrepreneurial and everything is three things. The first one is sisu. Everyone knows about that, and everybody mentioned it. The second one is being better than Swedes. You always try to do that. And the third one is education. So I'm trying to build a story here that entrepreneurship in games and education. That's exactly what I do at Aalto University Executive Education. Why do we have the game executive? Basically, in Aalto we believe in the impact. So our slogan is to help executives to change the world, to build a better world through better education. And we're among the best. So we're among the top 50 in the world in executive education, and we're triple accredited. We work with about 6,000 participants every year, and from 1,000 different companies. Why is this important? It's important because we know what we're doing, and we've been doing it since 1995. And we're in many countries. So we're based in Finland, but we also have a subsidiary in Singapore, and we have programs all over the world. Now, about the game executive. We don't teach about programming or design. What we do is we teach managers, directors to learn more about business. And I personally believe that stronger leaders build better games. And we all know how difficult it is to have a successful game. The main thing about the program is to inspire people. So this is the second message. The first message, the Game Executive program exists. The second message is that we inspire people. We cannot solve all the problems. It's not logical. The whole program is 1 week, and if you come to the program and you spend 1 week and you're inspired, it's more than enough. But in my opinion, in my experience so far, the good games, the games that are succeeding, they always had something related to good strategy. They had a good business model, they had raised funds, they have done the marketing properly, they have led their people. So they have led creative people, they have led them, they have retained them, they have created these kind of processes that help them. We teach all that. We teach based on many topics that we covered, and these topics were actually gathered together with experts from Finland. So if I name few people who are the godfathers of the Game Executive, who helped us actually create it, it would be Samuli Syvähuokko, KP Hiltunen, Juri Partanen, Lasse Seppänen, and so on. And all these guys, they either spoke in our programs or contributed to it in one way or another. But look at these topics, and it's very difficult for any studio to decide on what kind of struggles they have. So what we're trying to do, like using this inspiration, that we want to inspire them, we want to show them this kind of roadmap or checklist from the business point of view. And we want to help them validate few things. We want to help them avoid mistakes. We want to help them make the right decisions from the business point of view, because it's important. If you're an indie game, maybe you would want to join the program, but it wouldn't fit, in my opinion, unless you really strive to make business out of it. The program has been running since 2014, and actually tomorrow is the 4th cohort. So today we have the opening ceremony, and tomorrow it starts the fourth time. Do we have any alumni in the room? Do we have anyone who participated in the program? No. We normally have we have many people from different nationalities participating. Normally it's 20 to 25 people. And we have had more than 20 professors from Aalto University, from Harvard, from Esade Business School, from Gothenburg University, and we also had a few consultants doing the sessions. We also have partners in the industry, for example in Finland, like Neo Games, the IGDA. We have legal firms, finance firms, and I'll explain to you a little bit about the structure. But these partners are key, they're important for us. And then we have 62 experts, so people who are speaking in conferences or experts in the industry, they talk in our programs. And we have had 74 participants now registered in the program. And this is basically the structure, how it goes. There are 6 days, there are 2 days in the middle, like 3 days, 2 days off, 3 days. And we try to cover all the topics that are needed to basically succeed as a business company, as a game studio. So we help you build a successful game company. And it all starts with strategy. I mean, from my experience, I've met with so many startups and I've talked with so many project leaders and so on, and I always start with them with a strategy. So where do you want to go with this game? What do you want to achieve? Who's your first, early adopters? Who's going to download the game and play it? How long are they going to stay? These things you actually, in my philosophy, you should really think about them before even building the first line of code. But again, I'm not an expert. It's just my own personal opinion as an entrepreneur and as an entrepreneurial educator. But then we go to business models. So once you have a good strategy, you need to know how to monetize it, or at least have an idea where to go with it. So if it's a fun game that a lot of people will play and you want to go into free-to-play, what's next? How are you going to make money? And this is interesting because we don't have these boring lectures. We actually have hands-on workshops. So during that business development, we have a business model workshop, and people spend the whole day working on those, and then we have an interesting discussion at the end. And then after you have the business model, you start looking for funds. We teach you how to raise the funds, how to understand investors, and we have a fundamentals of pitching coach who's coming to the program. Then you have topics like finance, being a leader, and internationalization. The interesting thing about all these topics, they're all based on leadership. So you have to lead by making the strong decisions. That's strategy. You have to lead by making financial decisions. You have to lead the team. You have to lead the marketing decisions. So that's the importance of being a stronger leader to build a better game. In the industry, as I mentioned, we partner with a lot of stakeholders. And actually part of my job, I have traveled around Finland and I have talked to almost everyone. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Finland in a better place. I mean, yesterday I asked Samuli Suavuokko, where do you see Finland in 5 years? He said the revenue would be 4 to 6 billion. And my next question was, how are we going to do it? So he thought that I'm promoting my program, but I'm not. I'm just curious, how are we going to do it? Where are we going to get the right people to do the right things? How are we going to help them? How are we going to fund these projects? So part of my job is not only to design and deliver the program, but it's also help or find the right key stakeholders in Finland and abroad to help them get to this level, like 6 billion euros in revenues. And for example, I'm arranging talks I'm arranging partnerships with universities in UK and Spain. So I see this program being 2 days in Finland, 2 days in Spain, and 2 days in UK. So imagine participants from all over the world traveling and doing, for example, fundraising in London, talking about community management in Finland, and marketing in Spain. So the value there, it grows. But the most thing about the industry and the collaboration between them is that we are this invisible layer that is helping a little bit the game development. We're educating leaders and experts to become a little bit better or to inspire them. And what I've noticed in the last 8 months is that there's a lot of talent in Finland. I've talked to a lot of studios, and there's something missing. I mean, we know how to build good games in Finland, but the next step is to lead those games to succeed. No one can deny that Finland is a very unique place. So people share, people care, and we have an amazing community. And startups, this is my favorite topic. One thing I did this year is convince Newco Helsinki to support startups to come to the program, and they paid 70% of the fee for 4 studios. And that's already an achievement that is outside of my scope. I mean, I didn't have to do that. But part of this journey is to really support startups to help them get to a better place. And there's going to be a press release regarding that coming very soon. Like, who are these startups, what they learned, and maybe 2 months from now we will see a little bit about what they're doing. And the most interesting thing is that, I don't know if any of you saw the Samuli Suavuokko's presentation yesterday, but he listed these 30 companies that are doing well in Finland based on revenue, based on number of employees, and 6 to 7 of these companies have been in our program. So I cannot claim that we helped them get there, but I can say that we tried to inspire them, and we tried to help them think on this next level. And who knows, maybe we can produce together the next Supercell and next Rovio in Finland. 2 more points. The business ecosystem is developing slowly, but it means, 50 years ago, Finland has been farming country. Then you had Nokia, and you had a lot of inventions, and then you had, the games. The game is very young. The gaming industry is super young from the business point of view. Other countries are doing it better, but in Finland, because there's something missing, and there's something that we can really do about. I mean, we can help game studios pitch better. We can help game studios learn more about business. And I'm actually volunteering at IGDA, and I'm trying to arrange these regular sessions where we talk and tell them about the business side. Well, this remains to be seen. And education in Finland is a very serious thing. So we really care about it. And it's the reason behind all the successes here. So I would really welcome some questions about what you think about the program, and any ways for partnerships abroad or in Finland, and for ways I can help you. So thank you.